Good day, everybody. It is Calxiyn and Hunter here, and if you guys enjoyed this video, remember to subscribe for more RWBY news videos and join the Discord server so we can talk about all this spicy RWBY news. We are going to be talking about the Justice League DC RWBY crossover. Games Radar posted an article, and they said the DC universe and the world of RWBY collide in this new mini-series.
Let me read. Discover the Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent, and Diana Prince of Remnant as Team RWBY comes face to face, no one can talk today, with new versions of DC's Paragons of Justice. A new Grimm is running rampant around the island of Patch, and Ruby and Yang must team up with a young farm boy, I'm guessing Clark Kent, Superman, to stop it. Meanwhile, Blake meets a mysterious woman who's appeared on Menagerie, but what is her purpose? And why does she act like she hasn't seen modern society?
I feel like that's probably Wonder Woman,
yeah,
right?
I'm guessing.
So I'm gonna be real, okay? I'm gonna be the realest I've ever been, okay? My mom likes Star Wars. My mom likes Marvel. She doesn't hate DC Comics, but I live vicariously through her knowledge. Does that make sense? Like, the only reason I know the Marvel superheroes is because of my mom. So I'm gonna be honest. I've never seen a fucking thing with Batman or, you know, Aquaman or whatever's going on right here. So I'm not the most qualified person to talk about this. However, as a RWBY fan, I'm basically coming at this, like, as a RWBY fan, and then Hunter, it has, like, the little bit of both, right? Let's talk about the designs first, because I really like the designs. I think that making Batman like a bat faunus, I think that was really nice.
Will Robin be a literal bird?
I mean, we have some other designs, so I guess we'll see. That would kind of be nice, a bird faunus. Like, we've talked about a faunus having wings before.
Quite a
and how
few of
cool
these
that
people
would be.
are faunus, which I find interesting.
And I thought that was nice. Something else that I would like to point out, though, is I wonder if they're all going to formulate a team eventually. Because when I saw the four, I was like, oh, they go to Beacon, or they're like a professional huntsman team with Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, and Superman. Like, that's what I thought. But it seems like that, at least for the first couple issues, they are all separated. So, like, Superman's on Patch, and Wonder Woman is on Menagerie. So I hope they do come into contact eventually, because, like, I would like to see, like, RWBY, like, be around, like, Wonder Woman. You know what I mean? Like, I hope that they're not separate for that long, like, maybe 4 issues, because I was thinking about who we would draw parallels to, and Batman, to me, like, screams like a White Schnee type situation,
you see,
right?
You say that,
Because, like, he was rich and stuff. So he's, like, rich by day, he's, like, fighting crime by night. I don't know anything about Batman, guys.
Well, he is rich.
But what if it's like, you know, he's a rich, like, faunus and, like, he, you know what I mean?
Or he, I don't know, he can't, well, because he can't be Bruce Wayne.
Why not?
If he was a rich faunus,
Bruce Wayne.
I mean, but he can't be like rich, like
how
moneyed
do we
magnate.
know? Maybe he, like,
Bruce
they
Wayne.
hide their faunus traits, like, for generations. This family has been hiding their faunus traits or something, and then now
he just always wears a hat.
Yeah, like Blake. I mean, how is that any different, right? So
I mean,
he's like, he's Bruce Wayne out at, like, Weiss's concert, but then by night he's Batman. You know?
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
And so
that's a thing.
You know.
Okay, I have different ideas. So when I first saw her, I thought it was, similar with you, I thought it was Poison Ivy. But no, it is Green Lantern. And there's a lot of Green Lanterns.
I have never seen a Green Lantern before. Like, I'm just going to be honest. Like, I have not seen any of the Green Lantern superheroes.
Green Lantern isn't one person. Green Lantern is a corps, like an organization.
Yeah.
So a bunch of different aliens and humans all become Green Lanterns.
Yeah.
There is a woman that becomes a Green Lantern. I forget her name, and I don't think she exactly looks like her, but I suspect it will be roughly that.
Like based off.
Yeah, I imagine that she would probably be an Atlas too, because that strikes me as like an Atlas secret, whatever.
Yeah,
with a magic ring. Or like the fact that, okay, so Green Lantern has like the really special, like, ring that like makes a bunch of stuff
like
happen.
technology, like Atlas technology.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like hard light
that
vests,
makes
but it's green.
sense. Okay.
Yeah.
That
so
actually makes more sense. I was like, what are you talking about?
When I said money,
that makes sense.
When I said money, I think that like that wouldn't be.
But yeah, you basically think like the ring is like Pietro creation type situation.
Yes. So I think that if she's gonna show up, it's gonna be with Batman.
Yes.
In Atlas with Weiss.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Cyborg, I also think is
Atlas.
Yeah,
you have to be Atlas too, buddy, right? This is so many Ironwood vibes, like, just because of the half robot. What does he do? Like, who is he? Because I've seen him. Wait a minute, isn't he in Teen Titans?
Yes.
Yeah.
Booyah. It's him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So what does he do?
He's just half robot.
No, but like Batman goes out and fights crime. Like, what does he do?
He's kind of like the tech guy. Like, if
Okay.
you need he's kind of like how in the Ninja Turtles, Leonardo could be like, oh, I can use my science knowledge.
Sure.
He's the exact way.
Yeah, I was just because I don't
And he
know
can
any
also
of them,
hit good. And
I'm like, does he fight crime? Does he
does.
build rocket ships?
No,
I don't
he
know.
fights
I was
crime.
just
He
curious.
used to be a football player, so he's kind of jockey when he's younger.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's like a fun character a lot of the time.
All right, and then
I feel like also Atlas. It makes
well,
sense that
Superman is
Patch.
being Patch Vale.
Yes.
I get Jean vibes from this for some reason.
I do. Yeah.
I don't know why. That's how I feel.
Very farm boy.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how their personalities are when they interact with Team RWBY, because that, I was wondering in terms of, the literary nature of the comic, what parallels are being drawn where, right? Because I was thinking about it, I was like, okay, Batman and Weiss, that just makes sense to me. I don't know why. But the other characters, I don't know their personalities well enough to judge what, storytelling idea will be with him meeting Yang and RWBY. What can RWBY and Yang impart onto him, and what can he impart onto them type of situation.
So,
I feel like Wonder Woman and Blake, that just makes sense to me too for some reason.
Well, Superman's big thing is that he's supposed to be the paragon of justice and virtue.
Sure.
So he's interesting when he's upholding that or when he has it challenged.
Yeah.
Right? So what I think is that it's going to be a very young RWBY and Yang.
Yeah.
Being helped by a very old Superman.
Well, they said that
So
RWBY and Yang must team up with a farm boy.
Yeah.
So it seems like that they're capable of fighting.
Yeah, but I think that maybe this is more Signal level.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
I think Signal, Yang, and RWBY, which is a type, a part of their life we haven't seen a lot, go up with this guy who's maybe an undercover huntress as a farm boy.
So what I was thinking I thought that he was going to be the inexperienced one and they were going to rescue him. But it seems like that it may be more that they, I don't know, he may be a adult huntsman.
Maybe. I mean, he certainly looks old
him.
here.
Yeah, that's true.
That's one thing about Superman that I would like about this, is that the thing that sucks about Superman is that he's, overpowered.
Yeah.
So unless he's fighting, 3 people who are as strong as him, or someone just happens to sneeze kryptonite, he's very boring because he's always going to win the fight.
Well, their powers are going to transition into Remnant powers, so that's going to be interesting.
Maybe laser eyes?
Yeah, I feel like people were saying that, how are they going to put his powers into Remnant, because he has, lots of different powers.
Yeah.
I would say they'd probably just keep it as super strength. And I feel like that's also why you could, make a parallel to Yang, Yang's powers and then his powers. I'm just thinking, I don't know who this guy, I know who the Flash is, but I don't. What does he do?
He runs fast. He's sassy.
Right.
He's the comedic.
But how does he
foil.
Kill people? How you know what I mean?
If
he
runs
just runs
really
fast.
quickly into them.
Oh, okay.
Or punches them a lot.
Right.
Listen,
punches
man,
them fast.
These characters were made in the 40s.
Yeah.
On very, very little time and little shits to give.
Okay.
And so they just went with it. I like that he has a turtle thing. That's fun.
I don't know what that means though.
Vibes.
Is he a turtle faunus? Is that gonna be an ironic? I don't know. I thought it was just his backpack.
It looks like he has a backpack. Probably.
I like his freckles and stuff.
Yeah,
I like his face.
Cute.
I really like their reimagined
He looks like he's
designs.
related to Jean.
Yeah, he looks very Robin Hood. You know, those tight pants and those I don't know why.
I get it. I get it. I don't know where he would be. I have a feeling that once we get outside of Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, they're just gonna be and also Green Lantern's here.
I feel like Aquaman could be in Menagerie.
Yeah.
The only thing is, okay, so clearly they're following around the RWBY characters. The only problem is that unless we're seeing some Team Coffee action, nobody's in Vacuo. So none of these characters are probably from Vacuo.
Young Sun.
Maybe, but I mean, it did say, I don't know. That would be a nice surprise, but I doubt it.
In the opening, they only talk about Blake, Yang, and RWBY.
Yeah.
But Weiss is still there. There could be a bunch. I think that actually Batman's going to be in Menagerie. Or not Menagerie, sorry. In,
Mistral?
Thank you. Because
there's an underground crime ring.
And his whole thing is that he wants to, break up the seediness. So I think that would be cool.
Okay.
But then I'm who would he fight? Could he fight young who comes from Minstrel, I guess.
What do you mean fight, though? Fight against or
not
fight
against
with?
or fight with or save.
Oh,
like, what
I
if he
see.
saves a young Yatsuhashi?
I mean,
or, like,
maybe...
he works with it. Like, what if he works with Crow?
Yeah.
That would be cool, a
I don't
younger
know.
Crow.
But yeah.
I'd be down for that.
I
still
see
don't know what to
you mean.
do with the Flash.
But I'm saying, like, if they're only focusing on Team RWBY, unless Team RWBY starts traveling around for some reason, like, say that we fast forward time and they go somewhere else, like, that's gonna be a problem because nobody's in Vacuo, and technically, if Blake's in Menagerie, she has to go to Like, what is this? Is this Volume 4? Like, when RWBY and Yang are at home? Like, what's going on?
I imagine that it's pre the events of RWBY, so we have a young Weiss,
Oh,
young
okay.
Blake, young Yang, young RWBY, younger Crow, potentially.
Right. Okay.
Younger son, you know,
Right.
so we just see them younger. And I also imagine that, like, okay, the comic books were kind of canon.
This is not going to be
This is
canon,
not
right?
gonna be
This
canon,
is fan
probably.
fiction, so they can really
Yeah.
do whatever they
This
want.
is-
I just
this
wonder
is-
why the team's not together yet.
This is probably those original RWBY comics sold well enough, and they realized, hey, we're both owned by Warner Brothers. Do you want to fuck around?
I think
Which
it's
is probably
actually,
why they're not doing Marvel.
I'm not
characters.
saying that the DC comics didn't sell well, the RWBY ones. I think that they're
They sold
using
enough
the
to do this.
well, here's what I think. I think that they generated enough attention, be it positive or negative, that they realized that maybe fans don't necessarily... Like, because the whole thing with the DC Comics was that people were mad because they were said to be canon, but then there was a lot of things that go against the canon, and so they were really trying to play both things. Like, on one hand, they were trying to be like, this is canon, but on the other hand, they changed a bunch of things, and people didn't like that because it went against the canon, right? And so now I think that they're realizing, because of that attention, oh, okay, so we either need to do one or the other, and they're picking fan fiction, and I actually think that that's great. Like, official fan fiction. I think that's better than trying to shove things into the canon when they're just, like, I don't have that big of a problem with with the comics, but some people did. Like, some people were like, this doesn't make sense with the timeline, how can you tell fans this is canon? Like, a lot of people felt like they were just saying it was canon so fans would buy it, because fans don't like to buy things that aren't canon material, because there's no point. But with this, I feel like they hit on, oh, we can do something not canon and have fans be interested in it, right?
Or that, like, take place in a point of history where no one really cares about.
Let's talk about Aquaman. I think he looks pretty cool. Again, don't know much about Aquaman, but I like that he's a faunist as well. I could see this being like Menagerie just because there's a lot of water, right, in that area.
This guy really looks like those fish people from Zelda. I forget what they're called. I get big vibes from that. But then it's also like, I don't exactly know what they would do with his character. I think that it'll just be like, it's
gonna be interesting to find out.
Yeah, I feel like they'll be like, this is the character that moves shit along, this is the person in the background. Unless they can do really interesting things with him.
It depends, right? Because, again, it seems like Blake is just like, Blake's not, like, in the middle of, like, White Fang politics, like, you know, she just meets Wonder Woman just on the street or something,
was a
right?
White Fang member?
Oh, dear.
Oh, that would be... Because they could go really out of character with these guys, and it would be fun. Like, I would kind of like to see a bastard Aquaman. Or, like, what if Batman's just really soft and loving?
Or, like Superman, but not, like, dorky Superman,
Oh,
I guess.
dorky, I would love that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so this is Wonder Woman's design.
I think I like her design.
Here's the thing, though. Why does she act like she hasn't been around modern society? Like, are they gonna put the Girl Island in RWBY? Or did she just, like, does Wonder Woman have, did she portal here from another world? Like, how are they gonna do that? That's what I'm interested in. That's the first thing I thought of.
If she's a Menagerie and she looks to be a human,
yeah,
there could be a lot of interesting tension there.
Sure.
Like, what is a human doing here? Why can't you remember what you were? Are you a spy?
Yeah,
maybe she needs to escape, and maybe Blake needs to help her. Maybe she learned something along the way.
I mean, I don't know. I think it would be interesting if the all-female island was around, though. Like, and just nobody...
Yeah.
Right? Like, because how much of Remnant has really been explored? When you really think about it, okay, Dragon Island, they've tried, they fucking failed, right? Every single time. As far as we know, people have tried to set up shop on the Dragon Island where everybody thinks that Salem lives, but did it work?
I just like the
right?
idea.
And so there's, like, if nobody could, you know, go over and set up town on Salem's Island, there are probably other places in Remnant that are very uninhabited,
maybe
right?
It's a smaller island along the coast of Menagerie.
Smaller island, all girls, and, you know, they just scare away whatever huntsmen try to get over there, bro.
I would really like
the
idea if they bring this up in the show and Coco's just like, Island of Women?
But
You
yeah,
said Island of Women?
I really like all of their designs. I think that they look really cool. Now that I like get it, because on Twitter I was just like, what is happening? But now that I get it, I think it's actually a really good idea for them to bring these characters into Remnant instead of bringing RWBY characters into like reality.
Okay.
Like I think that this is like better. I really like the idea of all of them having semblances and like what are those semblances and how do they put their weapons in here. Okay.
But I've seen enough fan fiction of like RWBY X Star Wars, RWBY X Marvel, RWBY X DC that like it would be weird if they listened, because Batman has fought the Predator before.
Right.
Like they've done weird shit. So I feel like this is more like, I guess all comic book companies have kind of done weird shit, but
yeah, I mean,
DC
crossovers are a thing, right?
DC has done like weird shit.
Here's the thing though. I'm a little sad that RWBY, or I guess Rooster Teeth, I'm a little sad that Rooster Teeth was bought by Warner and at this moment because like, you know, that RWBY X Marvel thing is never gonna happen.
Never
Sorry.
gonna happen.
So right, and so I like personally
But who else did DC own? They own Game of Thrones. So he had Game of RWBY. They own Dune.
Like, I'm just thinking, like, as we are Marvel in this house, I'm just gonna be honest. Like, that's just reality, right? Like, I don't think you have to pick, but I'm just saying that that's like the, you know, that's just the truth. So, am I a little sad that like the Marvel or like the RWBY X Disney crossover that our heart like desires is never gonna happen? Yeah, I'm a little sad. Like we're never gonna get RWBY, but Kingdom Hearts, like something.
But the thing about like proper Disney stuff is that they're very protective of that.
I know, but I'm saying like Marvel and Star Wars, like that would still be cool.
When I first saw this, I thought it was RWBY characters in the world of DC, not vice versa.
But I like this better.
I do like this better. I think they'll do it. I really like the idea of them transitioning superheroes into Remnant. Like, so what will Wonder Woman's thing be?
Yeah.
Will it be Robin, where she makes people tell the truth because she has her tooth lasso? What will Superman's be? Will it be the laser eye? What will Aquaman's be? What about Cyborg?
Well, isn't Batman just a guy, though?
Yeah, he's just a dude. He has no powers.
What are they gonna do? Yeah.
I don't know. I think
he may just be a fighting man. Like
he just has no semblance. I don't know. That'd
be kind of cool. But yeah. So that is basically it from us, guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little discussion video. It's like barely a news video. Like half of this is us.
Well,
here's the news. We're gonna talk about it for 20 minutes.
They're probably. I mean, we guessed about the white stuff and the Batman, and so I think we have some idea of maybe where it will go.
Yeah.
But it is so very open. I would have loved if they went a little weirder and was like Martian Manhunter, and you have to deal with someone who can change their body and like a changeling. Hey, that would be a lot of fun.
You never know, right? Like there could be a lot of other DC characters. Cause like here's the thing though, are they just gonna fight like where are the villains?
Yeah, villains. I don't know.
Is Joker like?
I would really,
you know,
I really want there to be like a RWBY Joker or like a RWBY Poison Ivy.
Like they could do Poison Ivy and have her have like a plant control type semblance. Like they could do lots of things. Catwoman, yeah. Like they could do
Cheetah as a cheetah fauna,
right? And so I don't know. I hope that we also see some like villains in here.
Oh yeah,
that would be kind of fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think we're excited. We're
maybe like
Roman
Torchwick could work with like the Joker. Or like Black Mask.
I think that this is going to be better than the RWBY DC like the regular ones.
Very potentially.
I think that it's going to be better because I feel like that once canon is out the window, people will stop being so anal about it and just, you know, have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, because like you could do so many, like there's so much you can do there. And I think that the fact that most people won't accept it as canon just lets them be even weirder, whereas before they were very constricted, I feel.
Yeah.
Like with what they could say and what they did.
And they got in like lots of different troubles, right?
All
like
sorts
with
of
the fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of controversy around some of the parts of the comics, right? So that's it from us. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Let us know what you guys think, and you guys should check out the Patreon if you guys want to get these videos early and support us. So yeah, that is all from us, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.